Economic aspects of the American Revolutionary War. Essential questions. What are paper money and inflation? How are they involved in the war? How was the war paid for? What were causes and effects after the war? How are profiteers involved in the war?
In May 1775, the Continental Congress began making preparations for war with Great Britain. They resolved to issue paper money to pay for salaries and supplies.
Inflation is often thought to be the result of excessive money creation. The American colonist experience with paper money illustrates this.
To help raise money, federal bonds were issued by the government. 13 states printed their own money, 39%. Congress printed its own money, which is 28%. The 13 states issued their own debt certificates, which is 14%. And Congress issued its own debt certificates for 10%. Congress received loans from Europe, which is 6%, and Congress sold bonds to wealthy, patriotic Americans, which is 3%.
As part of the empire, the colonies were protected from foreign invasion by the British military. In return, the colonists paid relatively few taxes and could engage in domestic economic activity without much interference from the British government. This shaped the domestic economy and free world trade we have today.
Profiteers during the American Revolution were quick to take advantage of the government's shortcomings and to use the emergency situation to their own advantage. It was common for American troops to stay without food, clothing, or blankets, and on the other hand, local merchants, profiteers, and speculators grew rich and powerful. According to scholars of Revolutionary period, profiteers were 90,000 to 100,000, including military. Methods of profitivity were plunder, speculation, ransom, and other frauds.
Paper money and inflation are involved in the war to pay for salaries and supplies. It created many dollars chasing few goods. The war was paid for by federal bonds by the government. Some founding fathers borrowed money from France and Netherlands to help pay for the war also. Profiteers took advantage of the government shortcomings and used their emergency situation to their own advantage. American troops would go without food, clothing, or blankets, while profiteers grew rich and powerful.